Hi Virgos, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards. Take a look at that. Are we looking at life, love, career, or health? And then clarify with various oracle decks. We have 2 cards up so far. We have the Moon and we have the Star. Well, that's interesting. So that would be possibly you've had some illusions about some of your dreams. So I feel like maybe you had some dreams that you had been planning, thinking, trying to manifest, and maybe you just realized that that was not exactly what you thought you were working for ended up not being what you were working for. I feel like those almost cancel each other out. It's kind of like you'd been trying to make or manifest something to happen, and then all of a sudden you realized, I'm not sure if that's what I really want or not. Maybe you were trying to manifest things because you thought things were what was going to make you happy. And then all of a sudden you realized, you know what? All these years I've been trying to get this, that, or the other, load up my bank account, have the big fancy house, do this, do that, whatever. And all of a sudden you realized, you know what? That's not really what I think I want. That's going to make me happy. So I feel like you have just kind of had an epiphany that all of this time you've been like putting all of your focus, time, energy in the wrong place. That's okay. You do what you do until you know better. Let's see what else, if anything else is going to come out. I feel like there's 3 cards there. Do I want all 3 of them? I know I want that one, and I want that one, but I don't want that one. So this one says the 7 of Pentacles. That, you know, that kind of goes along with what I just said. 7 of Pentacles in the upright would be you've been working on something and you are about to get the fruits of your labor, but it's like all of a sudden you're like, everything that I've been working on isn't providing me what I thought I was going to get. So you're not getting the fruits of your labor all of a sudden, but it's a realization of, I'm not sure that's what I wanted. I feel like I'm seeing a grapevine, and it's like you've been making, okay, so this is the feeling. All of this time you've been working on these big grape arbors, and you were like tending to them because you had plans that you were going to make wine. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't even really like wine. I don't drink wine anymore. Why am I growing grapes if I'm not even going to drink wine? That's the feeling I'm getting. And the 10 of Cups in the reverse position. So that's going along with what I just said. Is like everything that you had been working on, you just had this sudden realization that that's not where my 10 of Cups is. That's not where my happiness is. I've been spending my time and energy in the wrong place all of this time. So you've had a realization and a shift in what makes a person happy. I think maybe you had been working on exterior things, thinking exterior things was what was going to make you happy, and realizing it's the internal things that's going to bring you joy. Internal things and experiences, memories. Memories are what's going to make you happy, not physical, tangible things. Memories. And you've been focused, all I can say is like you've been focused on the wrong thing all this time. And now it's more about making memories instead of making money. Okay, there's 2 more. Let's see what those have to say. 2 of Wands. You haven't quite, okay. The 2 of Wands is in reverse and the Fool card is in reverse. So it's just that you have just made the realization. Oh, my nose itches. So you've just made the realization. It's not that you've done anything about it yet. It's just like you just had the aha moment. It's like, oh my God, all this time I've put my time and energy to do blah, 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 blah. And now I'm like, that's not what's going to make me happy. So now you have to change your perspective and you have to figure out a new direction. But you haven't figured it out yet. It's just, you've got the world at your hands. It's just a matter of shifting it around and figuring out, okay, now if that's not it, I need to work on a different plan. You haven't jumped off the cliff just yet. It's not like you're quitting your corporate job and going to travel for the rest of your life. It's like all of a sudden you're like going, but God, that would be really freaking cool if I could do that. So it's not that you've just like overnight you went, I'm changing everything in my life. You're not that brave and bold, and you've got too many control issues to do that. So that's not going to happen, but you are going to start making slow shifts from all of this time and energy you spent on one thing and starting to focus on this new way of making memories. That's all I can think of. It's just like, it's suddenly you're like, I need to spend more time making memories instead of making money. Okay, what emotions are you currently working with? Hopeful, feeling optimistic and hopeful about this new way of thinking. Again, it's not like you've just upchucked your old life and you're, gonna go sit in a cave and meditate for the rest of your life. Loving flipped out in the reverse position. I feel like that's part of the shift is like, it's like you were not feeling as loving. Something was stressing you out and you noticed that you weren't feeling very loving. And so it's like going, man, you were out of balance for one. You were like way out of balance, and that kind of was stressing you out, and you are pulling back on where you had been spending all of your time, energy, and focus because you realized that just wasn't making you happy. So what other emotions are we working with here? Guilty, not feeling guilty. You're not feeling guilty about anything. There's nothing to feel guilty about. It's just kind of an epiphany that happened, a shift in consciousness, a shift in awareness, a shift in kind of just a new way of thinking. It's like I said, you're not beating yourself up about anything. There's nothing to feel guilty about. Proud. But this makes me feel like you want to have something in the future to feel proud about. And at this point in time, like I said, what you had been working on, you thought was going to make you proud, but it's kind of like, well, this isn't really doing anything for me. What I thought was going to make me feel super proud is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of empty. There's an emptiness. I went this card and this, crap, it went back in. Safe. Not feeling safe. So what are you not feeling safe about? You are not feeling safe about something. What are you not feeling safe about? Not feeling safe about. You're not feeling safe about your future all of a sudden. Why are you not feeling safe about your future? Oh, because you don't know what's coming ahead. Because you're getting ready to make some changes, and you are, as a Virgo, are a known control freak. And anytime that you do not know exactly what is going on, it crops up some fears. So because you know you're getting ready to make changes, that's why you haven't done anything yet. That's why the Fool card is in the reverse position. You have not jumped off the cliff yet. You have not made any major changes yet because you do not like the unknown whatsoever. Compassionate, not feeling compassionate. What words are on this? Empathetic, caring, or sympathetic. I think perhaps you recognized that those were some characteristics that maybe you were not having in yourself, and you didn't like that. You want to flip that around and be more compassionate. So you're trying to figure out how to be more compassionate. And this new shift that you are going to do is going to have something to do with that. Take that for however it is. Surprised, not surprised. That came up in the reverse position. You're not surprised you're not surprised about this shift. You've known that was inside of you for a while. You have just been ignoring it. So it's not, you're not surprised that this is coming up. I feel like you had been getting that niggling feeling for a while, and it was just kind of like you just kept ignoring it until you couldn't ignore it any longer. And so now it's like, yeah, I think it's time to do something about it because it just was nagging at me. I'm staring at my sacred power cards, and they are calling your name right at the moment. So what? There's something in here. So what is in the sacred power card message? What's a message or two or three that you want to tell the Virgos about this new epiphany that they have had? What's coming? What to expect? Why this happened? And with that one, intimacy. I feel like it has something to do with wanting to bring you and your intimate relationships closer. There's something about maybe you were feeling distant from your intimate relationships, and intimate relationships can be spouse, family, close friends, something like that, where you want to you're wanting to bring your intimate relationships closer. What else? I want the top one here. Boundaries. Maybe this new way of thinking or this epiphany that you have had is going to help you stick to your boundaries. Maybe you were feeling that you were giving more than receiving, or receiving more than giving, or however that plays in. Animal kingdom. This also makes me feel like you had been getting a lot of signs in birds, in animals, and you start, like, your spirit guides were like starting to show up around you, and you were like going, oh my God, I feel like I'm being told something and I need to start paying attention to it. And I've got like some animal things here, so we'll go deeper into what animals you were getting messages from. And purification. I feel like the word purifying your vessel is about to happen. So again, I feel like there's going to be some purification of your physical vessel that is going to be happening on this next phase of the journey. You're going to be focusing less on external things and more on internal things. Your body, your thoughts, everything about that, in order to take this next leap of faith off the cliff and start the Fool's journey. So maybe next time in July, the Fool will come up and it will have reversed itself and you will have jumped off. Depends on how quickly you move. It depends on how ready you are, or whether you just got to think about this for 3 months. So what kind of animals have been coming out as signs that finally helped you make this epiphany? The owl. And I feel like internal wisdom. Like I said, you're not surprised this has happened. This has been kind of bugging you for a little while. There's been this nagging feeling inside of you for a while, and you finally decided to start paying attention to it. This one, there's 3 there. I want all 3 of those. I know I want that one. This is a raccoon. Finding your identity. So I feel like that has something to do with this change, is what you had been focused on for a long, long time. You felt like that was your identity, but it wasn't fulfilling you for whatever reason. And so all of a sudden you're making a shift, trying to figure out who you are and getting more in tune with yourself and becoming more authentic with yourself. So you are fine tuning, and unplugging from the old programming of like thinking, this is who I am because this is who my parents told me I was. This is who my ancestors told me I was. This is who religion told me I was. And it's like now you're kind of like fine tuning and you're removing a lot of those barriers and a lot of the ways of thinking, the old programming, removing that, and you are fine tuning and you are starting to find your authentic self and get really, really, really specific about who you are, what brings you joy, what makes you happy, and what your purpose in life is. New beginnings. That would be a Robin. And I also feel like, now I know I have been seeing robin egg, like bird eggs, dead, like not dead birds, but just like broken eggs all over the place. The blue eggs, I've seen several of those lately, so you might be seeing those too besides just robins. And slow down. So if you are choosing to quit focusing on money and start thinking about memories, that would almost make you slow down. Because when you're working for your money, you're working in work mode. And when you're making memories, you are more in the pleasure zone. So I feel like you're going to be focusing on more pleasure and making memories and less about the money here coming up. So, and that, what is that? And there's snails in there, I think. So you may have been running into some snails lately too. Let's get one more of these cards. What am I doing on time? 16 minutes. Let's get one. Oh, there's two. So we're taking those two. Butterflies and build your wings. So the wings that you will be building will be your new authentic self wings. So you're going to be making a metamorphosis. Oh my God, my nose itches so bad all of a sudden. I don't know why. I know a lot of readers channel, when they channel, their nose itches. So maybe that's what's going on. You're getting ready to start a metamorphosis. That is going to be a change from who you were all of these years into a newer, better version of who you want to be. So just be prepared. You're going to be starting to build your new metamorphosis wings. And be free. I think that's what this is all about, is to be more free. And that is a bird of prey of some kind. Maybe a hawk or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what it is, if you can see that. I'm going to do these. Last words of the day from the universe about this new metamorphosis. From making money to making memories. I surrender my desires and know the universe has my back. What else? Oh my God. Sometimes no is the most loving response. So I think you're going to be working on your boundaries here. Maybe you've been saying yes. Maybe that's why, if you have been working a lot, you've been saying yes more than you should have, and you realized it was burning you out. And that was part of this whole kind of metamorphosis, is like, I love my food loves me. I always laugh when that comes up. So I'm like, so maybe you've been using food to numb yourself, and you realize that. In the midst of a meltdown, I breathe through the discomfort and come out the other side. So maybe you had a meltdown, and that's where the epiphany come from, or you recognized maybe something triggered you, something happened, and you were like, oh my God, I've got to make a change. Something's not right here. And that was kind of the thing that, whoa, all right, fine. They're like, take them. All right, we'll take them. Oh my God, oh, good Lord. Releasing anger from the past sets me free in the present. So maybe something made you angry, and that's what made you have a meltdown. When I honor my feelings, I find my power in powerless situations. Something happened that has to do with some feelings cropped up that you recognize that was maybe out of character for you, and that's what made you have this kind of epiphany. You were like, oh my God. I feel like there was like maybe a rush of some weird emotions that maybe you thought were buried down deep inside of you, and you're kind of like, whoa, where did that come from? I don't like that, and I need to make a change. I begin my day with love. To travel further on my path of personal growth, I call on my spiritual running buddies for help. So if you are getting ready to make a shift for a more spiritually minded, and like removing yourself from the old 3D paradigm, you're going to need some new and improved partners, friends, whatever in your life that you can talk to about this metamorphosis that you are getting ready to go through. Because there will be a lot of people in your old life that will not understand what's going on. Obsessing over the outcome of a relationship gets in the way instead. I let go and allow. So there could be some people in your life that are not going to understand what is happening with you, and it may be a relationship ends. You may lose some friends during the process because they're just not going to get you. They're not going to vibrate with you anymore. I can think of one particular friend that I haven't talked to for, well, I have two friends. Well, one got mad at me, but one friend that I don't vibrate with anymore. So I haven't talked to her for a month or so. Okay. So that's it. I will see you guys in July. We will see if you have stepped off the cliff into this new journey, or if you're still just thinking about it. It's okay if you're just still thinking about it. Sometimes if you've been heading this way forever and you've got to start heading this way, that doesn't happen overnight. Have a good second half of June. Bye.